Are you familiar with Christopher Hitchens?
Yeah, the atheist.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Christopher Hitchens' statement is that while religion may occasionally make bad people do good things, if you want to get good people to do bad things, you use religion. How would you respond to that?
So, do you hold that view, or just curious?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, what is good?
Well, anything that benefits people. I mean, I'm not.
Okay, but
really,
like,
I'm not really. I don't really have a cogent definition of good, but there are certainly plenty of examples where religious differences have been leveraged to create horrendous atrocities.
yeah, just the question is, what is horrendous and what is good, right? So, absent a belief in God, how do you have a definition of good?
What benefits mankind?
Yeah, so Hitler thought killing Jews benefits mankind. Was he wrong?
Right. Hitler was also a Catholic, and promoted the.
Not a very good one.
And also was promoting his sort of the pagan Germanic religion.
Yeah, so Stalin was an atheist who went to seminary, denounced God,
Yep.
killed 40 million people, but who's to say they're wrong? They said they were benefiting humanity.
Well, I think you can make that. You can argue against that based on using science.
How?
Well, the more diversity you have, the more likely you are to survive.
What? No, I don't quite understand. No, I'm curious.
Okay.
Like, but
So,
by eliminating diversity,
so evolution is descent through modification and survival of the fittest. So the more genetic variation you have, the more likely you are to develop at least some part of that population that would be able to withstand any sort of environmental change. So genocides, I think from a scientific standpoint, you can't use science to support that.
okay, so then why was there a lot of literature supporting eugenics?
'Cause people are stupid.
Oh, I agree, right. So, but then, so you're saying science, okay, so that's an interesting question. So you think Darwinism can support an agreed upon
What's Darwinism? Because Darwin never used the term
origin of
Darwinism.
species? Like his,
Okay, but that's not Darwinism, that's evolution.
okay, so how about the moral idea that the survival of the fittest?
Well, it's not really a moral idea, it's a kind of a fact.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So I kind
Now,
of get,
but you can make the case that, so I think there are people who would say, well, if you have people who are sort of have genetic defects that they shouldn't be allowed to survive, and I think that's horrendous.
but why? Why do you have that belief?
Again, this idea behind genetic diversity.
Yeah, but if someone has a low IQ, aren't they kind of just like a strain on society? Why wouldn't we eliminate them?
You can't predict on the basis certainly of IQ.
No, sure we can. We do it all the time. We do chromosomal testing. I mean, in Iceland, they've gotten rid of kids with
Right,
Down syndrome.
And
Do you agree with that?
again, no.
Why?
Because those folks with Down syndrome lead full lives that are
Well,
helpful
no, hold
to
on.
other
No,
people.
they require someone to support them. So shouldn't we eliminate them?
Not all of them.
Why?
Yeah,
by
not
what?
all of them.
Hold on.
Down syndrome is a spectrum.
But
It's not simply a trisomy 21. It's a lot more complicated.
I'm getting at a point here, which eventually it's going to be your opinion versus mine of what is good.
Okay, but I think you can qualify good scientifically.
Right, but the scientific good in Iceland is Down syndrome are a strain on the environment, strain on resources. They're unproductive. They can't produce. So we might as well eliminate them, right?
Well, I would say that's a mistake. They don't.
But their scientists disagree. So by what standard is good
Well,
good?
Who are their scientists?
The international world community is doing this. Let me ask you another question, though. Do you believe in the Big Bang?
Yes.
So you believe that time, space, and matter had a definitive beginning?
Yes.
Okay, so by definition, shouldn't therefore the thing that caused time, space, and
No.
matter be outside of time, space, and matter?
No, that's a.
So you don't believe in Newtonian physics?
No, actually, I don't. I believe more in quantum physics because.
Okay, so you don't believe for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction?
Newtonian physics works well on large scales, but
Yeah, the
but
universe is pretty
the-
large, dude. Like,
Wait, the Big Bang rests on quantum mechanics.
not applied by Newtonian physics because it's the largest possible scale imaginable? So how
No.
exactly did the Big Bang happen if there wasn't someone that effectuated the Big Bang?
Okay, so it's a bit complicated? It has to do with quantum. No, I'm not saying.
No, it's actually not. It's that the only thing that could have made something that is space, time, and matter is something that transcends space, time, and matter, aka a god. That's the only explanation.